world where strength is often misunderstood, one woman has shattered every boundary, silenced every doubter, and rewritten what it means to be powerful. Her name is Lee Keyrouz, and she's not just a bodybuilder. She's a powerlifter, a calisthenics athlete, a survivor, a warrior, and yes, a true female muscle monster. Born and raised in South Africa, Lee's journey hasn't been smooth, but her story is one of relentless resilience, of rising through adversity, of sculpting not just muscle, but a mindset that's now inspiring thousands around the world. Today, we're diving deep into her life, her struggle, her triumphs, and why Lee Keyrouz deserves to be in the global spotlight. Lee was born on March 26, 1988 in Johannesburg, South Africa, a city of contrast, culture, and challenge. But for Lee, life growing up wasn't easy. Despite being in a bustling city, she struggled to connect with people. She found herself constantly trying to fit in, being a people pleaser, hiding behind a smile while internally searching for peace. It wasn't until later in life that Lee was diagnosed with being on the autism spectrum, alongside dyslexia and mild Asperger's. These revelations helped make sense of her earlier struggles. The difficulty in social settings, the pressure to communicate in ways that didn't feel natural, and the anxiety of just trying to belong. But Lee didn't let that define her. Instead, it sparked a journey of self-awareness and strength. And just when life seemed tough enough, she was diagnosed with cervical cancer, a terrifying, life-altering blow for anyone. But in Lee's case, this diagnosis became the turning point. In her own words, "Something that could have ended my life was the pivotal moment that led to my freedom." By 2014, she was cancer-free, but forever changed. She had been given a second chance, and this time, she was ready to rewrite her destiny. Unlike many athletes, Lee wasn't athletic growing up. She had no background in sports, no passion for physical fitness. In fact, working out was alien to her, until cancer gave her the wake-up call she needed. She began with what she could do: bodyweight training, simple calisthenics, no gym memberships, no fancy machines, just a determination to build herself up, physically, mentally, emotionally. Her transformation was slow but consistent, and as the results began to show, so did her hunger for more. "What else can I do?" became her daily question. That's when she discovered bodybuilding. Initially, it was just a way to recover, to regain health. But Lee quickly realized she wasn't just good at it, she was exceptional. Her physique responded powerfully. She started entering competitions, and even more surprisingly, she started winning. Her very first show, she had no tan, a handmade bikini, and barely 6 months of training under her belt. And yet, she placed third. That's when everything changed. But success didn't bring support. Her then-boyfriend hated her transformation. He felt threatened by her rising strength. He tried to stop her, emotionally manipulating her, belittling her, making her feel like she was less of a woman because of her muscles. But every no he threw her way just fueled her drive. Every rejection became redirection. When he kicked her out, instead of falling apart, Lee stood taller. She dove into bodybuilding like never before. Because for the first time, she had found something that made her feel seen, something that made her feel valuable, something that made her feel free. According to her, it just felt so great to be recognized for something. And the bodybuilding community? They're some of the least judgmental people you'll ever meet, because they've been judged all their lives too.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. Anxiety, filling up every space, no privacy, and silently, it could build and build until you finally see, whoa, it's taking over, damn no closure, moving closer. No exposure, I just wanna be a loner. Some can't stay sober, looking over all their shoulders, like moving boulders just to get out of the home. It sucks, I've had enough, I don't wanna feel the stuck under the rug, all my problems that I shove. I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be.
What makes Lee Keyrouz special isn't just her titles or records, it's her mindset. Because behind every flexed quad and every sculpted delt is a woman who fought through pain, prejudice, heartbreak, and sickness. And through all of it, she never stopped building. She faced online hate, strangers calling her gross, disgusting, and questioning her gender or sexuality. She dealt with awkward dates and ignorant comments. But over time, Lee built titanium confidence. She no longer shrinks to fit people's narrow definitions of femininity. In fact, she says, "I actually feel more feminine now than I did growing up. I was always skinny. I never had breasts. I didn't ever feel like a natural woman. But what is natural anyway?" To Lee, femininity isn't about softness, it's about strength. It's not about pleasing others, it's about owning your identity. Let's talk titles, because Lee isn't just inspirational, she's elite. She earned her IFBB Pro Card in 2019 after becoming the overall winner of the WPD NPC Ben Whiter Classic UK. That same year, she placed runner-up at the London Classic. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. 3 national bodybuilding titles, 5 international titles, 3 national records in powerlifting. Squat, 175 kilograms, deadlift, 180 kilograms, bench press, 80 kilograms. From Miss Fitness IBFF to Miss Body Beautiful to placing in global events like the Universe in Italy, Lee has left an imprint in every federation she's touched. IFBB, NPC, NABBA, WBFF, IBFF, and WPF. And she did all this while defying the odds, while building muscle after cancer, after abuse, after heartbreak. This isn't just strength, this is dominance, this is legacy.
It could be a little tough, I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me. But let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me. But let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff.
It sucks when you finally feel like giving up. Oh God, no luck. Everything feels like you're sticky stuck. I'm lost, handcuffed to the bed where I sleep. Don't give a fuck, can't stop. Unplug, feeling overwhelmed. I think I've had enough. Gotta find a way to get some energy. Gotta find someone who's a good friend of me. I need purpose to make it all worth it. I'm still searching and I'm still learning. I want a life that's filled with memories, not a life with regret in front of me. I need focus to keep me from hopeless psychosis if I keep moping.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me. But let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me. But let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this.
Here's her full biodata. Born March 26, 1988, age 37 years old. Birthplace South Africa, nationality South African, ethnicity Caucasian. Profession bodybuilder, cosplayer, CrossFit athlete, calisthenics athlete, and powerlifter. Hair color auburn, eye color blue. Height 5 feet 3 inches or 160 centimeters. Weight 141 pounds or 64 kilograms. Body type muscular. Lee Keyrouz isn't just a bodybuilder. She's a symbol for the misunderstood, a beacon for women who feel different, a testament to what happens when pain becomes purpose. Her story teaches us that muscle is more than just aesthetics. It's a reflection of what we've survived, and no one embodies that more than her. To the world, she's a muscle monster. To us, she's a muscle queen, a fighter, and a legend in the making. So if you've ever felt like you didn't belong, if you've ever felt too weak, too different, too broken, remember Lee Keyrouz, because she's proof that you can rise, you can lift, you can build, and you can win. If this story moved you, don't forget to hit that like button and drop a comment for Lee. Subscribe for more powerful stories of athletes who are redefining strength. And as always, keep building, keep rising. I wish to seize this moment to do a big shout out to my premium membership subscribers, Malcolm Walkie, Georgia Daskalatai, and Steven. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for your support. It means a lot. Until tomorrow or next, have a splendid day.
A million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go. Make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off.